Okay, so the second thing burdening my heart this day is marriages. People are struggling in their marriage. People are praying for miracles in their marriage. People are giving up on their marriage. People are content to stay in their marriage but not really working on it or pursuing the Lord for it. I don't know the details, the circumstances, but what I know is the Lord can restore that thing. There's a couple in our church who God restored their marriage. God restored mine and my husband's marriage before it was even started, really. But even after that, when I ran back to doing stupid things, and I had to come clean to my husband and tell him I had fallen back into the trap of addiction. You know, he stood by me. He said he wouldn't. I would never be in this fight alone. Thankfully, I don't have to fight that anymore. But, you know, there are still other struggles. But after I started walking with the Lord, it was intense around here. My husband didn't see things the way I saw things, and I wanted to approach them in a super spiritual way, and he just wasn't hearing it. And it was frustrating. It was just hard because I felt like there were things that were burning my heart that were of no importance to him, but the way that I was trying to communicate with him was just not helping anybody. So I just resolved to quiet my heart and let the Lord interpret things to me. So when I was brokenhearted, I would talk to the Lord. I would calculate how I responded, because I never wanted my words to come out of my mouth, but the Lord's words, so that things could be different. And when the Lord promised me that he was going to help my husband and I be set free from smoking, he also promised me that he would do it again in my husband. My husband and I used to pray together. I mean, he prayed over me when I was going through detox, and we went to church together, but that's not our reality anymore. And so I was waiting on a moment where the Lord would just grab him and just put him back in church and teach him to be the leader of our family that he was supposed to be in my eyes. And the Lord, slowly but surely, he has changed my husband's heart, but more than anything, he changed my heart. I was looking for some big grand event where the Lord would do it again and everything would be better than it was before, but at least along the same lines, like we would be walking with the Lord together in a similar way, and he would be back at the church that I'm at, and he would help build it. And there was going to be a moment where all this came together, and there still may be. I can't know, but what I know is the Lord promised me that he would do it again. And as I was praying about that about a year or so ago, and thinking about my anniversary and my husband and how much the Lord had done in our relationship and in our family and how we communicate, the Lord just kind of told me, you know, I promised that I would do it again, and every day since I promised, I have done it again. I've made you fall in love with him. I have shown you his heart. I've shown you his leadership abilities. I've shown you how I've worked through him to speak to you, and he has done it again over and over every day since that day he gave me that promise. But it took me 3 years to realize that I wasn't waiting on some big grand event, that every day I got to open the gift that God had given me through my husband. And there were hard days, and there still are, but every day there's a gift that God gives me with my husband, because he is the leader of my family. He is the spiritual leader of our family, and he loves us and he protects us. And he's not going to church with me, but he prays with me. He knows the Lord is on our side, and he tries to make wise decisions. There's not a moment where it's all going to come together perfect, or there might be. But in the meantime, the Lord has given you a gift every day, and you can choose to give up on that gift. But I just keep thinking about when my husband could have given up on me, and he would have had every right to, every reason to. But the Lord didn't allow him to. So I will not give up on him, because marriage is a covenant before God. It's a promise. And the Lord doesn't break his promises. And if I can't keep any other promise, I will keep that one. So if you're struggling in your marriage this day, I want to encourage you, pray for him. Pray for him and pray for your eyes to be open to how the Lord's at work, because you're going to see a million little miracles before you see it all come together. And if you're not looking for those little bitty miracles, you're going to lose hope and you're going to want to throw it away and start over. And that is not the work of the Lord. You have a great day. Be blessed. I'm praying for you.